Listen, I don't know who needs to hear this, but wishing a downfall of somebody else's marriage, let alone another woman, is not gonna make that man want you, especially when you wasn't even his preference to begin with. Want to talk about it?
Let's talk about it.
Shawty, come and swing my way. We ain't gotta waste no time now, baby. Put that all in my face. I just wanna bump and grind on you, on you, on you, want you on my face, so shawty, come and swing my way.
I want people to have fun. Let's kick back. Let's get into a little tea. Let's not get too crazy, but let's enjoy the sip.
But let's get to the chi-chi, the kiki, the internet bull.
If you want to see extended videos, exclusive content, including story times and more, subscribe to my Patreon. If you want to stay engaged and keep up with my commentary, follow me on Twitter. And if you would like to book a personal reading, you can go to my website, thealigningsouls.com, to schedule you a personal reading today. What's going on, y'all? It's Santana, aka Chi. And we are back for another Let's Talk About It because, girl, y'all are annoying the crap out of me. And of course, y'all already know I got an opinion, I got thoughts, and we're gonna sit down and we're gonna have a conversation about it, okay? But before we go ahead and do that, make sure that y'all go and y'all like the video. Or child, none of y'all probably dislike it after you hear my opinion. Either way, baby, go do something.
Bad life, been like, bad life, oh. Bad life, been like, bad life, oh. I don't do yellow, cause it's so mellow. If I don't say hello, you know from the get-go. Bad life, been like, bad life, oh. Bad life, been like, bad life, oh. I don't do yellow, cause it's so mellow. If I don't say hello, you know from the get-go.
Okay, so everybody and their mama has been reporting, about the fact that young Jeezy and Jeannie Mai have decided to call it quits on their marriage. And, everybody has their opinion. Everybody's like, oh, Jeannie was shocked. Then you got some people saying that she wasn't shocked. And then you got some people that's like bringing up old history, whatever. Baby, if this is your first time hearing this story or whatever, we about to get into it, chat. We about to get into it, okay? So this comes from WSB-TV. It says, no hope for reconciliation. Rapper Young Jeezy files for divorce from TV host after just 2 years. After just 2 years of marriage, Atlanta native and rapper Young Jeezy has filed for divorce from TV host Jeannie Mai. Now, according to court filings obtained by Channel 2 Action News, Jeezy, whose real name is Jay Wayne Jenkins, is Jeannie Mai, and Jeannie Mai were married on March 27th, 2021, but are currently separated. The filing states that the marriage is irretrievably broken and there is no hope for reconciliation. Jeezy is seeking joint legal custody of the couple's daughter. Now, that doesn't really tell us much, but it does point out the fact that they feel like, it's irretrievably broken or whatever you want to call it. Like, so it's like, damn, baby, it ain't a chance in hell we're going to get back together. Let's see if we can get some more information on this. Okay, so Jeezy filed paperwork for divorce at Fulton County Superior Court. According to the filing, the couple has been living in a bona fide state of separation and that their marriage is irretrievably broken with no hope for reconciliation. Now, I will point out to y'all because, I know the story that was going around was, oh my God, does Jeannie know? Jeannie got caught blindsided because it just so happened that it was last week when Jeannie did like this whole dedication to Jeezy, something about the book. Let me see if I can find it. Child, I didn't bring it up because I don't really too much care, but I guess that's a story. Yeah, okay. Oh my God. Oh my God, my God, my God, my God, my God, my God. Do I want to share this with y'all? I do. I do want to share this with y'all because it also adds to, okay, because look, I'm going to show y'all something. As I just tried to go on Instagram, This is what it's saying. It's saying that my comment was removed because I had made a comment the other day and I forgot what it was on. But the comment says, it's crazy how it takes two to make a baby, but only one to decide whether or not to keep it. And the comment goes further on, and I said a lot more, and I'm gonna keep going into, like, I paraphrase what I said, but basically what I commented on, I don't necessarily remember exactly what it was, but I said it's crazy, you know, how it takes two to make a baby, but only one to decide whether or not to keep it. I know a lot of men aren't basically, you know, I know a lot of men are F boys, okay, but there's also a lot of F women too. And basically I feel like this, and one day, you know, eventually when I do a podcast and I'm able to like fully flesh out my thoughts in long format videos, commentary videos or whatever, y'all will understand better what I mean. But I do not like this 2023 age of, I don't like how a lot of people just have babies just because. I don't like how people just now in 2023 have babies just because. And I'm not even going to say like out of wedlock or anything like that. Like, it's like, I'm not so old school in thinking that, you know, that's my opinion. No, I'm more so mean, like, I do not like how people just, I don't know. Like, and it's like, my opinion has definitely changed over the years because when 2020 happened, I started doing a lot of, you know, diving deep into spirituality, and then, you know, did thousands of readings for people. And, you know, I just realized that everybody in this life has trauma, whether it's child abandonment, whether it's codependency issues. Everybody has trauma, and it usually comes down to abandonment issues or codependency issues. And I do not like this world of it takes two people to lie down and have one baby, but only one person gets to control that decision. And then after they decide whether or not they're going to bring that baby into the world, that decision now affects two people. Don't get me wrong. Yes, there are a lot of F boys out here and all of that. I will never negate that. Yes. Like I always say when I start talking about things like this, we hear that opinion all day, every day. Like, I know a lot of people feel like, well, Black women aren't heard. Women's voices aren't heard. Baby, how can you not hear them when every platform that we're watching is Black women and just women in general telling their experiences about how they're next to these men that aren't ish? We get it by now. At the same time, I also feel like if you choose to have a baby with a person and that person tells you up front, I'm not going to be in this person's life, I'm not going to be in your life, I'm not going to be in this baby's life, you having this baby is not going to make me closer to, like, it's not going to bring us closer, please don't have a baby just to bring y'all closer. And then if you do decide to still bring that baby into the world, there needs to be a third party that steps in and says, okay, understand you are deciding to still have this baby. This person does not want to be around. So person that doesn't want to be around, are you signing your rights away? If not, then okay, then boom, here's what you got to deal with, whether it's child support or whatever legal ramifications, okay, to make sure that you're on the hook. But then at the same time, if this person is saying that they want to walk away, then you need to sign your rights away. And the person that's still choosing to have this baby, you need to understand that. That's whatever my post had said. Child, apparently, I guess it had offended some people, and then some people had reported it, and then Instagram took it down. Oh, I'm coming for a group of people. I'm not coming for a group of people. I'm just saying, I, as somebody who's done thousands of readings for people, and I just study human psychology and study the way that people move and this, that, and third, everything stems from childhood. And there's so many people out here that are having babies just to have a bag, or, you know, just to get money out of a person, or just because I just want to be a mother. And it takes way more than that. You know how many people have kids every single day thinking it's going to keep a man, or thinking that, you know, this is going to bring them too closer or whatever. Or, you know, people who are having babies way before they're even mentally, emotionally, not even physically ready or financially ready, whatever, and then it messes up that child's life forever. And so I'm just from the school of thought when I speak about certain things. It's not that I'm necessarily trying to be harsh. It can come off harsh if you're not evolved and haven't dealt with your trauma. I'm more so solution oriented, where I'm like, okay, let's take it back to the root. Like, let's get us together and make sure we're on the right page before we open up a can of worms, whatever. Ciao. But that kind of relates back to even with this Jeezy and Jeannie Mai situation, because I feel like a lot of the response that I'm hearing when it comes to these two, and it's not even necessarily these two, I'm hearing a lot of responses to Jeannie Mai. I see a lot of people in the comments, and we are going to call it out. It's a lot of Black women that are jumping for joy at the fact that this Black man is no longer being taken and suffocated by somebody that's not Black. And it kills me the way that y'all think. It really does. It really does. And it's not all, because it's never all, but it's always some. And that's the problem. And I'm going to speak on it each and every time. Like I said, there's more than enough platforms out here where we constantly hear one side of the story. And it's not that that one side of the story is complete BS. Okay? Because maybe we could get into Jeezy's ass all day, which is another point in why I wanted to do this video, because y'all digging so much into Jeannie and what Jeannie has said. And, a couple of years ago, she said she like her dark meat on the side and this, that, and the third. And y'all acting like Jeezy is Jesus. So we just going to completely overlook the whole niggas ain't shit fuckboy narrative just because this man is married to an Asian lady and y'all don't like that? Huh? So niggas ain't shit. But when it comes to one of them being tied up and engaged to and knocking up, somebody that is considered the other, then all of a sudden you want to protect them and this, that, and the third. Like, I know you lying. I know you lying. Because all the comments, and it's a shame. It's a shame. Like, I would really hate to be a celebrity of this like magnitude, because y'all, first of all, it's not even like y'all truly care about these people at all. Like, I know we used to be in a culture where people would glorify celebrities, but ever since the rise of social media, y'all don't glorify celebrities. Y'all just want to try and humble them. You know what I'm saying? It's like, let's go back to the days where it's like, oh, I want to be just like you. And then you got the posters on the wall and this, that, and the third. No. Instead of having posters on the wall of your favorite celebrity, now you got a whole text thread of receipts waiting for them to get to a certain status so you could bring it up and be like, this you? That's the glorification that's happening now in 2023. And to me, it's disgusting. It's pathetic and it's disgusting, because no matter how much you pray on the downfall of this family, and I'm going to say it like that because y'all love to be like, I hate to see the downfall of a Black family. Oh, don't break up a Black family. Don't break up a Black home, baby. Y'all shouldn't be wanting love, period, to break up. How about that? Okay? How about that? And I have nothing against Black love. I don't. But I have everything against people who only time you want to recognize love is when you throw Black in it, okay? Because y'all, I say it all the time. Add Black to a sentence like it's parsley. It's going to trigger something. It's going to do something, but it's really doing nothing. But it's like you can't recognize love like in any other scenario. Like, it's like, first of all, we should all be operating from a place of love. If we was operating from a place of love, period, since we love so much, at least when it comes to Black people, since we love so much, if we was truly operating from a place of love, the main concern shouldn't be, Black man is finally away from another, finally away from somebody that ain't Black. Her Asian ass shouldn't have had his Black ass anyways. That's what she get for coming into our community and taking our man. If the vibration was truly love, the first ultimate concern would be either I'm glad that they decided to do what's best for them, because why stay in an unhappy situation? Why? I'm not one of those that's going to sit and preach and go up for people staying in a toxic situation. It does nothing for you. All it does is stunt your growth. It causes more trauma and it delays your life. Y'all love to be like, oh, well, you've been together X amount of time. Don't throw away that. No, divorce is there for a reason. It's there as an option for a reason, because if you're not unhappy, do understand that you can leave the situation. And that goes for any gender, any sex, any sexual orientation, any skin color. That goes for everybody. If you're not happy, get the fuck up and leave that situation, point blank in the period. And then on the flip side, if you're truly moving from a place of love, the first reaction would not be backlash. It would be, I wonder what happened. And not even so much of what happened, but more of, are they okay? Right? You will be moving from a place of compassion. You will be moving from a place of, okay, well, as long as they're doing what's best for them and then the child, and I hope everything turns out okay, and hopefully they can, like the approach would be different. And that is my problem with this situation. It's like, I don't like when y'all start acting like terrorists and then hide behind the fact that you Black. I don't like that. That really annoys me. It grinds my gears. It gets under my skin. It gets under my skin because I can go to any blog right now. Matter of fact, I'm about to go to TikTok, and I promise you the comments are going to be about Jeannie and what she said about how she likes to date Black men, but she can't date them all the time because they're her vice. We all feel that way. And because she used the word Black, we want to make it a race thing. Even though it is a race thing, it's not a race thing. It has to do with race, but it's not a race thing. But that's what we want to make it into. Because whether she said, I like to keep my F boys on the side, I like to keep, my bad boys on the side, it all means the same thing. It all means the same thing. Like, that was the context of the situation, was her saying, listen, I like a certain type, and I can't deal with that certain type all the time because it gets me up in trouble. Child, like this video while I plug in my charger and bring up this TikTok.
Red light, green light, red light, red light, green light, red light. I don't do yellow, cause it's so mellow. If I don't say hello, you know from the get-go. Red light, green light, red light, red light, green light, red light. I don't do yellow, cause it's so mellow. If I don't say hello, you know from the get-go.
Okay. Let's see if we could go ahead and find. Let's see if we could go ahead and find this TikTok, since Instagram is doing too much. And I'll think about what I said in my comment. Like, if you want to have a baby knowing damn well that the other parent is not going to be there or doesn't want to be there, then they need to give away their rights. And then you still need to make that decision. But I will never stand by that. I'm sorry. It just doesn't make sense to me how it's two people lie down and have a baby, and then we leave it up to, but a man should have brought a condom. That will never make sense to me. Did we all not go to sexual ed? Both parties should be opting to protect themselves. Even if it's not about a baby. Bitch, STDs and HIV still fucking exist. What are you, dumb? Are you dumb? It's not even just about pregnancy. It's about the fact that you can get a whole STD from a nigga. But then, especially when it comes to having a baby, it's like, protect my body. Don't police a woman's body. But it's like, don't get me wrong. When it comes to abortions and all of that, yeah, nobody should be telling you what to do with your body. I completely agree with that. But like when it comes to having a physical baby, that's altering 3 people's lives. And that needs to be a decision made by multiple people. I'm sorry. Some of y'all might not like me for that take, but I'm sorry. It is what it is. It takes 2 people to lie down and have one baby, and only one person gets to decide something that affects the future of 3 people. Nah. If you get to be the only one that decide that, then there needs to be some sort of paperwork done immediately that says, okay, this is what I'm deciding, sign away the other person's rights or something like that. Just, I don't know. Something needs to be done with that. But let's go ahead and let's just take it to TikTok, child. Since we ain't on Instagram, let's take it to TikTok, see what we can find. See, and you can just look at all of these TikToks. Jeannie was so free in her last marriage. She really wasted that man's time when Freddie called out Jeannie. Now, some of these are before. Let's see if I can find out something recent. Let's just type in divorce. Okay, so this is the post right here. Gosh, I was speaking of.
I'm fine.
Despite this heartfelt post from last week, Jeezy has seemed to file for divorce from Jeannie Mai after just 2 years of marriage. Mind y'all, the separation, divorce papers, and all of that became official in September, but he filed back in June. That's when he started getting ready. Like it dates back to June 15th. Or June, just June, period.
God, I want to thank you for my family. God, I want to thank you for my food. And God, thank you because my daddy made the New York Times bestsellers list. So God, thank you for my daddy and his work to help people believe in themselves. Just like he teaches me. Amen. Good job. Yay.
And see, and see, this is what I mean right here, right? And see, y'all, this is where I have a problem because go through the comments. Somebody says, glad that baby looks like Jeezy. She literally looks like both of them. Literally, people have the weirdest comments. It was just the way, and not gonna lie, her baby looks okay. No. Somebody says, what you mean? Like, but like you saying, glad that baby looks like Jeezy. It's like only people that's evolved are gonna get my videos. If you are not evolved in your thinking, in your ways, and have broken out of social conditioning, social programming, Black culture conditioning and programming, you're not gonna understand where I'm coming from, and you're probably gonna get triggered by everything that I'm saying because it's gonna play on some sort of trauma. But you cannot. I'm sorry, we don't get passes to be social terrorists and to be bigots. I don't like that because you're implying. Not even implying, you're telling that lady, like, I'm glad that the baby looks like Jeezy because you don't want it to look Asian, or you're implying that she sleeps around, but really I feel like it's more so about the race of the baby. I don't like that. But let's keep going. Let's keep going.
No, but this
leave it alone.
No, this is the devil's playground. When you let your mind start to fabricate and make up ideas about other people's marriages and situations that are not there, and you start making yourself get sick with insecurity because of playing out this situation. Who knows what that man was doing? Who knows about his marriage? We don't have a right to talk about it. But at the end of the day, you got to worry about yourself and your own lane and about what you can do. But you also
and that's literally how I feel about this marriage, which is why I started the intro the way that I did. That's exactly how I feel about this marriage. We not going to make this a big, like, listen, everybody in their mama been breaking up since Aries went into North Node. And I said that on Twitter. That's why I keep telling y'all need to follow me on Twitter, because when I don't make a video, I'm tweeting, I'm usually ranting, or I'm posting predictions about things. Over the next 2 years, we're going to see a lot of makeup and breakups in relationships. Just like we just had Venus in retrograde, Venus and Leo retrograde. A lot of breakups and divorces over the summer is going to keep happening over the next few years. It's going to be constantly people are going to be breaking up that are not meant to be together. You're going to see people suddenly forming and getting together, sudden partnerships that you didn't even think would happen. Like, it's going to be all about relationships over the next 2 years. Just like the last 2 years was about comfortability and luxuries and gas and, rent and food increasing, because the North Node was in Taurus, which represents all of that. Now, the North Node is in Aries, which is more so about individuality. And the South Node is in Libra, which is all about relationships. So South Node is energy we get away from. It's past karma. North Node is all about karma that you're calling in. It's your destiny. So over the next 2 years, it's about people being more independent and doing things that's more true to them. But being that it's aligned to partnerships, and partnerships is a theme, it's like, I'm not staying in any situation that's not good for me. I'm not going to the school if it's not good for me. I'm not, getting this degree just because my parents told me I should. I'm not. And I literally, shout out to those people that was on Aligning Souls, because I was preaching about this and prepping my people and my clients for the last 2-3 years. I was prepping people for this time. I kept telling people and warning people that the time was going to come where you could no longer fake it till you make it. You cannot just be in a marriage just because you got to be in a marriage and you're the first one in your family to get married, or first one to go to school, or first one to have a baby. Like, no, whatever is not authentic to you, the universe is going to test you and put you through trials and tribulations or whatever, because it's all about you, your destiny, where it is that you need to go in life. And a lot of people are not aligned to their situations, to their friends, to the people around them, to their family, to their career paths, to their job paths. It doesn't matter what it is. A lot of y'all are in situations that does not align with you, and you're only in it because of loyalty, or because you're afraid what other people are going to think if you try something different, or you're afraid of, being lonely if you cut off all your friends or cut off your family. Like, and y'all got to snap out of that, because the universe is going to put you through tests. Now, who's to say that Jeannie and Jeezy might get together in 5 years, 10 years? Who knows? But as far as where she's going right now, the universe is showing where she's going right now, where he's going right now, or where they're at is not aligned. It's not aligned. And the fact that he filed in June, right before Venus was going retrograde, that says everything. That lets me know that this is final. That lets me know to a T that this is final. And y'all can sit back and be like, oh, but that's them celebrities. That's their business. That's no. Baby, this is why I start bringing astrology into this channel, because we could sit, we could gossip, we could have a kiki and whatnot. But astrology and these planetary transits are always going to kick everybody's ass. Because while we looking at them like, oh, that's whatever that they going through, let me give y'all a heads up of what's coming up this week. First of all, y'all want to watch out for the 23rd, because it's going to be a huge energy shift that day. And there's quote unquote supposed to be some big world event that's going to happen. Okay, but it's definitely going to be an energy shift in terms of the planetary transits. And then aside from that, this week and next week is all about wrapping up whatever it is that you've learned since June. Because since June, there's been common lessons that have come up. For some of you guys, it might have been identity issues. For others of you guys, it might have been partnership issues, how it is, with you dating or your values when it comes to relationships, or how people treat you. Some of you, it's your relationship to money. Some of you, it's your relationship to your home. Some of you, it's your relationship to career. So while we're sitting here, kiki giggling over somebody else's marriage and it falling apart, the universe has been kicking everybody's ass in a certain area of your life since June. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Because I know for a fact, if you're an Aquarius rising, you've been going through some relationship issues. Maybe you got into a relationship. Maybe you just broke up in a relationship. Maybe dating has been all over the place. Okay? If you are a Leo rising, maybe there was identity issues. Maybe you had to step up and put yourself first. Or you found it hard for you to put yourself first a couple of times. Maybe if you are let me see what. Child, I can't even think. If you're a Taurus rising, maybe you went through some home issues, or feeling like I don't feel safe at home, or I need to, maybe move, or whatever. We all went through something. And just judging from an astrological point, in June, Venus was in Leo, and it was direct. And then it started to turn retrograde. Whenever a planet goes retrograde, just like Mercury retrograde, whenever a planet goes retrograde, it's all about introspection. That's when things come up. That's when tests come up for you to deal with. And it's no shock to me when I hear he filed around June 15th when Venus was going retrograde. And then now that Venus just turned direct, literally like what, last week? Now we get the announcement that he's leaving her. It literally lines up with astrology. It's coming full circle. So it's the same thing for y'all. Whatever y'all went through this summer since June is going to come full circle this week. It's going to come full circle. Whether there's positives that come out of that in terms of like physical manifestations, physical changes, or you just like having a different mindset. I know for me, I went through a lot of relationship changes. At the start of Venus and Leo, back in June, I was in one relationship. I'm not even going to give y'all the details because this story shall. That ended. And then over the summer, I literally lost all of my friends because it was just time to, it's just time for new. And then, child, towards the end, had another relationship mess up. And it was all to bring it back to me and my worth and what it is that I accept from people. And just putting me first. Okay. So when I say I understand where both Jeezy and Jeannie are, I don't have to know what's going on with them personally to understand. And I can dive into Jeezy or Jeannie's natal chart if it's available online and like really do a whole deep dive, but that's not what this video is about. But I'm just saying to y'all, when I do these videos, yes, let's kiki, let's gossip, let's this, that, and the third. But especially when I start diving into my thoughts with, you know, how women just constantly talk about fuck niggas and da-da-da-da-da, I'm always speaking from a humanitarian aspect. Okay, because I do have some people that comment on my videos, why you always bringing up da-da-da-da? Because y'all always saying it. And I'm here to tell you it's about it, everything just comes back to being human, right? Because if you operate from a place of love, then that's really all that matters. Is really all that matters. But let's keep going. Let's keep going. Because everybody and their mama had 1,001 different reasons for why they broke up, and it was all to bash Jeannie. Oh, she went back to her ex. Oh, she don't really like him. Oh, she only got with him to have a mixed baby. It's like y'all are ridiculous. Again, low vibrational, not moving from a place of love. I don't like that bigoted shit. I don't. Because if it was white people saying that about black people, we would have a fit, we would have a parade, we'd be calling motherfuckers Karens, we'd be trying to get people fired. Like, cut it the fuck out. I don't like that. I don't like that. If that's how you are, that's how you speak. This is not the channel for you because I'm gonna call it out every time. Every time, every video. I don't like that bigot shit. I don't. Like I said, we could sit and kiki all day, but everybody been getting their ass whooped in one area of their life where their values have changed over the last 3 months. And for them, it just so happened to be in regards to love and each other. Their paths are not aligned. And instead of sitting here trying to drum up even more drama and all of this, let's celebrate the fact that, okay, two people came to the awareness that they are not good together, at least not right now. The way that we even view divorce in 2023 is crazy. It's crazy. I can't find the original comment, but let me see. I'm sure if I type in Jeannie dark meat.
You dated black guys. Loved black guys. Yeah, I did. But for me, dark meat on the side, white keeps me mean and lean. You know, that's why I married white man. That's what I like. Hold up.
And mind you, I used to watch The Real faithfully. I know a lot of us, we only tuned into The Real for Tamar, and then we kind of fell off after Tamar left. But honestly, Tamar, she was cute, but The Real really came together maybe like 6 months after Tamar was gone, and then they found their groove. They rearranged the seats, they rearranged the feng shui, and then they found their groove as a foursome. And oh baby, it was even better than when Tamar was up there. Like, they found a groove. And so I watched most of the episodes. I want to say a good 90% of the episodes, except, you know, when I got mad that Tamar wasn't there. But then I went back and rewatched the reruns on YouTube. So pretty much every episode. They had personalities on this show, and what Jeannie said wasn't, because if it was meant to be shocking, and if it was meant to start a whole racial war and all of that, it would have happened then. It would have happened then. It would have been on every blog site. It would have been everywhere. She would have been canceled. The show would have been canceled. No, because we understood Jeannie. We understand how Jeannie talks. And Jeannie is, because I know y'all probably going to compare her to like an Aquafina. But at the end of the day, y'all just got to understand the world is the world. The world is the world. The world is the world. And it seems to be only people that live in a certain location that's very closed-minded to it. But people that live in major cities like a New York, like a LA, we understand that there's multiple different people. And then especially in the hoods and in the urban areas, a lot of us are just thrown together with other people of color. And so it is what it is. Y'all call it acting black. Baby, it's acting ratchet. It's acting hood. It's acting urban. It's an urban thing. It's not a black thing. So at the end of the day, what do you expect from somebody that grew up in the fucking hood? Like, Jeannie's not a racist. So that for everybody to try to be making that now in 2023, glad he got away from her. She only wanted him for a mixed baby. And shut up.
Side, white keeps me mean and lean. You know, that's why I married white man. That's what I like.
Hold up. What do you mean, dark meat on the
She lightweight offensive. I am
No, I'm not. I'm saying like I really do think black men are attractive. I do. Like that's my.
Well, what do you mean, dark meat on the side?
That means, honey.
That's
You know what that means.
Wait, what are you reading it as?
I know. How did you say it?
You dated black guys.
And they always said things like that. They always said things that was a little provocative, a little on the edge. Let me see if I can find a longer clip.
You dated black guys.
Loved black guys. Yeah, I did. But for me,
you dated black guys.
Loved black guys.
You dated black guys.
Loved black guys. Yeah, I did. But for me, dark meat on the side, white keeps me mean and lean. You know, that's why I married white man.
You dated black guys.
Come on now.
Black guys. Yeah.
You dated black guys.
Loved black guys. Yeah.
You dated black guys.
Loved black guys. Yeah, I did. But for me, dark meat on the side, white keeps me mean and lean. You know, that's why I married white man. That's what I like.
Hold up. What do you mean, dark meat on the
She lightweight
side?
offensive. I am
No, I'm not. I'm saying like I really do think black men are attractive. I do. Like that's my.
Well, what do you mean, dark meat on the side?
That means, honey.
That's
You know what that means.
Wait, what are you reading it as?
I know. How did you say it?
I'm just saying, like, when I think about men, I like dark men. I do.
Right, you like your main man to be white and your side piece
that is not what I mean.
Jeannie, explain what you mean.
Okay, what I meant is like I used to date black men. Okay, I think they're attractive. But what I decided to stick to because it just kept me happiest was my man Freddie, who happens to be white.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
I dated an Asian man once.
You did?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How did that go, Lonnie?
Yeah.
See how they move right on?
We had a Chinese restaurant. That's why I dated her. I had all the free beef
And I miss the days of that. I miss the days like, girl, what you just said? Because it wasn't like she said anything to be racist. She said something. It was a little, how do I put it? Because the whole point of the reel, and that's another point, a point that I want to bring up is that people take things out of context 20 years later, even when it's something like as to the point as what Jeannie said, but like you still try to take it out of context because it's like the context of this show was the fact that it was 4 different people of color coming together, sharing experiences, all of this, that, and the third. So given the context of the show, everybody knew deep down what Jeannie meant and knew she wasn't trying to start a whole race war and start a, you know what I mean? Like everybody knew Jeannie, which is why they was able to just move on so easily. And Lonnie was able to, you know, like passive aggressively, jokingly, give a little dig back.
The broccoli I can eat. I was with it. Yes. If you somewhere, Jim Chung, I'm gonna find you again.
But now in 2023, you can't say none of that. You can't say none of that because then mother effers want to get you canceled and and you being anti this, anti that, anti, and it's just like. And this was the good days of the reel because it was kitchen table talk, but between girlfriends, and it's things that people actually say in real life. You know what I'm saying? It's what people say in real life. So that's why Jeannie wasn't canceled and it wasn't a whole big thing because people wasn't as sensitive back then and people truly understood what she meant. And that's part of like what we need to get back to as a society is like, people say things all the time, but like, how did they say it? How was it said? And what is the intent behind it? That's what people forget about. That is what people forget.
I kept seeing.
So let's go through some of these comments so we can wrap this video up. He thought he would be the exception to the rule. That's what one person said. Oh, this one ain't got enough.
One thing I said, and it was on this show.
Yes.
Like, I literally went home and I was so angry.
I remember. I know what you. Okay, say it.
I know. I've said a lot of things, but this one was hurtful. What I had said was, okay, so we all know, and just like Freddie has a preference, I have a preference.
And this is her clearing it up. Okay? This is her clearing it up. Because this is also the clip that needs to be going around. This is her clearing it up. Okay? After realizing, okay, I know what I meant to say. I know what my intent was, but just in case anybody was offended, like that's not what I'm here to do. Let me come back and let me clear it up. But you don't see this clip going viral. You don't see this clip going around.
We both married each other out of.
You dated black guys.
Loved black. One thing I said, and it was on this show.
Yes.
Like, I literally went home and I was so
I
angry.
remember. I know what you. Okay, say it.
I know. I've said a lot of things, but this one was hurtful. What I had said was, okay, so we all know, and just like Freddie has a preference, I have a preference. We both married each other out of pure love. Like, he likes white women, blonde hair, blue eyes.
And you like black rappers.
I like a good brother. I do. I think they're cute.
Yeah.
Well, let me pause it right there because another reason why nobody was mad at Jeannie. Never mind what Lonnie's doing. Lonnie was always doing this. And then the way that Tamar got fired, and then the way that they kept Amanda Seales, even though Amanda was problematic, but the way that they did Amanda Seales with the whole wrap up of the show and all of that, you come to realize, oh, Lonnie was always the problem, and she wasn't just joking, but she was really the problem. At the end of the day, Tamar used to talk exactly how Jeannie used to talk, and it wasn't a problem. Tamar used to say all the time, I wear blonde wigs because my man likes white women. Like, she would say these outlandish things, but again, people only have a problem when it's somebody else saying it. And that, like, it doesn't feel so good when you hear somebody else saying it, but like, we say things like that all the time.
Yeah. Okay. So when I said on this show that somebody said white meat somewhere, and I was like, yeah, I like white meat, but I like my dark meat on the side.
Yeah, you
right?
did. Remember that. Yes, you did.
It was horrible. It was horrible. And what I thought in my mind, again, from here to here, I thought, like,
and mind you, like she said, somebody mentioned white meat, and then I said, I like my dark meat on the side. In her head, she was looking at it like, yeah, I like to date black boys, but like, I think like, you know, like, it's best if I date white men. And we're going to get into that next too, because that also does relate back to Jeezy outside of the backlash.
I'm married. I can't have any kind of other guys.
You like a solid
so on the
black
side, like whether it's on the show, I meet like great guys that I'm like, wow, I used to crush on you, whatever. That's on the side because I'm married. I can't have that.
Yeah.
You know, so on the side,
that sound worse. Don't explain it.
No, I
get it. I don't know her, but the way it sounds, like, girl, I'm telling you, I thought that I had like a real foot that was living in my mouth. I don't. That's yours.
She had a whole leg that day. It's not the foot.
It was horrible.
She got a leg,
The knee, everything.
I apologize.
Wait,
in so many ways.
thigh dark or like me?
Oh my God! Stop it! Stop. So anyway, that was like the worst thing I've ever said. And you guys on the table here, you know me because you've spent time to get to me. Other people don't, and it was so wrong when I said it. One thing I said.
I don't think it was wrong. I don't. We say things like that all day, but then let somebody else. I don't. Either way, though, she came out and she apologized. But you don't see that going viral. You do not see that going viral. And it's crazy because everybody and their mama want to talk about the real when Tamar was on there. But then why y'all don't remember this part of the clip? But then if we take it back to the Jeannie and Jeezy situation, some people are speculating Mama Mai might have something to do with it. There might be some trouble in paradise. And I feel like this because I was at the start of Jeannie's YouTube channel, like from its inception back in 2020 when the pandemic started and this, that, and the third. I know of Jeannie's problematic relationship with her mother. And I've also been in a relationship where the parents weren't necessarily fond of somebody that was black and their child dating somebody black. And I feel like that might have been a thing. And that's why Jeannie had said originally, like, yeah, I like my dark meat on the side, because basically what she was saying was, listen, there is too much for me personally that comes with dating somebody black that overshadows the fact that I like you as a person. There's too much. So I have to keep it as just sex because there's a lot that comes with that. And I don't feel like there's anything wrong with saying that. I don't. Because that's what The Real was. The Real was supposed to be a show about 4 people of color sharing their experiences, adopting a similar connection despite their differences. And at the end of the day, like I'm sorry, I don't like this world where it's like, as black people, we can sit and talk about our experiences, but then when somebody else mentions theirs, then we want to get offended. We want to get triggered. It's a problem. This, that, and the third. But then we want to be able to say any and everything. And like, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. And I feel like maybe had she went more into depth about, why she felt like she had to, keep black guys on the side, maybe it would have added more context to it, and it definitely would have helped. But then at the same time, why is it that somebody always got to give a trauma story just so other people don't get offended? Why is it that somebody has to give a sob story and the woe is me to not be canceled? I don't understand that. I don't understand that. That was her experience. She said that she was happier dating white men, and for her, she had to keep black men on the side. And I hear people say that all day, every day. All day, every day. You know how many people right now is preaching, oh, black love, black love, black love, black love. I can never date white men. Their meat is so pink. I don't want that Vienna sausage. I don't want to date that no Asian man because, they dicks is small. Like, y'all say way worse ignorant shit. And that's just how I feel about that one. Child.
Like what you said. Like what you said.
You dated black guys.
Love.
We're not gonna go through the clip again, but let's see. So basically I interpreted that meant she prefers the treatment of white men, but like that black stick. Some lust after our men and don't really love them. Now she could go back to being mean and lean. Tamar is mean because we knew what she meant. Dark meat done left the building. Tamar mannerism, head movements, and they gave her so much grace and she kept doubling down. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, if it's called The Real and she's speaking about her relationship, I wasn't mad then. I'm not gonna pretend to be mad now that she done left a black man. I'm not because she took multiple chances. And anybody who watched The Real knew she had a crush on Jeezy. It was so obvious. She had a crush on Jeezy for years. And a lot of black men, it was so obvious. But she was with her husband at the time. And then when she broke up with him, like, it was so obvious that she had a crush on certain people. And then eventually, at some point, what I really think what it was is Jeannie went through a metamorphosis of like a lot of us did in 2019 and 2020. Why am I living for other people? Why am I only doing what other people want me to do? I don't think y'all understand how real it is to date somebody outside of your race or outside of your culture. Because there's a certain demographic of people in every culture that will give you a hard time. And black people do it just like any other culture that will give you a hard time if you're dating outside of the parameters of that culture, if you're dating outside the race. And it takes a lot. Especially in a situation like Jeannie's, where she comes from a true Asian, like fresh off the boat background. I'm pretty sure had she brought a black boyfriend home, her mother would have slapped the shit out of her. I'm pretty sure. So we can start talking about racism and all of that when it goes deep down and into all of that. But it's just like, these are the conversations that need to be had. And that's why The Real needs to be brought back, because it's conversations that people constantly sweep under the rug. And then when it's situations like a Jeannie and a young Jeezy breaking up, not everybody jumping in glory. And it's like, again, you're not operating from a place of love. How are we any different than what was going on 20 years ago? So you mean to tell me that we went through segregation only for now to be here in 2023, like wanting to segregate people ourselves? Like make it make sense. Make it make sense. I could have sworn we all grew up on Martin Luther King's dream. So what is it now in 2023 where it's like, no, only they black, none of that, like, White man ain't even got to come into the community and fuck shit up. Y'all doing it for him. I'm sorry. I would just never agree with the bigoted behavior. Like, keep the topic on the divorce. Like, bringing up the side meat and, like, it's unnecessary. It's unnecessary because at the end of the day, if this man has a preference, you're not going to be it. Especially not moving and talking and thinking like that. You're not going to be it. Because a lot of the times, that's why a lot of them have that preference. Because they don't want to deal with that. And that's a whole other conversation that I don't think y'all ready to have. That we can have someday. I just come from the school of thought of date who wants to date you. Like who likes you. Stop begging to get into a club with Chris Brown. And Chris Brown is like, I only want this type in a club. And then you want to go online and cancel him and take him down. And now every time he speaks, it's, oh, we need to get him up out of here. All because he doesn't like you or your type. No, baby. Like who likes you. Date who wants to date you. Stop spending so much time on somebody that's not interested in you. If somebody has a preference, if somebody has shown that they don't give a damn about you, or somebody that looks like you or acts like you, then move on. Move on. But I'm tired of hearing these stories in 2023. I'm tired. You're not going to be for everybody. I'm sorry, you're not. And to me, I'm going to always gag because to me, expecting to be these men's preference or what these men want, when they made it clear that you're not what they want, that's like me expecting to be every man's number one choice when I know I'm not biological. What? The audacity. The audacity. The audacity. So I know it's going to rub some people the wrong way, but I'm sorry. Just because you got a vagina between your legs don't mean that you're going to be the chosen one for everybody. Oh, well, let's move it on. Let's move it on. Let's start operating from a place of love and self-love. And let's date who wants to date us. Let's like who wants to like us. And keep it that simple. Keep it that simple. Because while we sit here digging into Jeannie Mai's past, we can dig into Jeezy's past. What's going on with Jeezy's exes? Matter of fact, since we already done been here an hour, let's go ahead and see what's going on. Anything on TikTok about his exes? Oh no, it's all about Jeannie Mai. It's all about Jeannie Mai. Yeah, because that's all people care about. Because it's more salacious because it's with an Asian girl. But it's like, child, go back and dig up his past. Even when we go back to when they had the baby, when Jeannie announced that she was having a baby with Jeezy, I will never forget watching Tasha K, who was making a whole ass of herself online right now, but I will never forget how hateful she was with announcing the fact that Jeannie and Jeezy were having a baby. It was so hateful and so distasteful. And I'm like, wow, there's really black people out here that move and think like this. Like the bigotry of it all. You're mad because this one lady is having this black man's child. And the fact that they're even together, like it will always blow my mind. It will always blow my mind. You can have black love and be pro-black love without being con everybody else. Being pro-black love doesn't mean that you get to take down everybody else's happiness. It like, let's go back to this post, September 20th, 2021. LMAO, she didn't want no part of her ex-husband. I learned something. No parts. No, he wanted kids. She didn't. That's what she said. Okay, look at somebody. Let's keep it on topic. He wanted kids. She didn't. Boom. Changed her mind when she met the real man of her life. Look at that. See, this is what I mean. Operating from a place of love. She swore up and down she wasn't going to have kids. Why I'm so happy. I thought she'd divorce her first husband because she didn't want kids, and he did. Yeah, like that was the story at the time. That's what we needed to focus on at the time. Not the fact that this Asian man and this black woman was together. No, the story at the time was she didn't want kids. She was with the wrong person. She met the love of her life and felt like she could have a fairy tale dream with him. So how we get to fucking 2023 and now we want to bring up dark meat on the side and all of this other shit and try to like tear her down? Like, it's crazy to me. I never, and I mean never wanted kids. When I met back up with my man, I felt different. You change when you find who you're supposed to be with. I remember her saying she didn't like black men. When did she ever say that? When she started dating black men, I knew she would. Anyway, she looking to be seen. Her and her entire family are racist people. When it comes to money, they'll suck it up. That's another thing people are saying too, because that's what Tasha K tried to say, that, oh, Jeezy was a come up for Jeannie Mai because Jeezy comes from, you know, a lot, well, not comes from, but he's very wealthy because of his real estate investments. How is that any different from all of y'all that's out here fighting for child support and looking to be knocked up by these NFL players and these rappers? How is that any different from the Aries and the Jada Waiters that, you know, now go famous just for popping a baby out of their vagina from a black rapper? How is that any different? We got a lot to say about the Kardashians, but baby, the call be coming from inside the house sometimes. And I know y'all hear it because it's on speakerphone. That's what I mean. It's like the bigotry of it all. Like, we be having so much to say about everybody else, but we can't even sweep around our own front door. Child.
Ex-husband call her trash? All of you had an opinion about Jeannie Mai saying that she's pregnant this week with Jeezy's baby. Well, now her ex is coming out with his own reaction. So as always, people had their opinions about Jeannie.
Oh, let me not play another. He's too famous for me. I can't play his stuff. Might get a copyright strike. Jeannie didn't have a great childhood, early adulthood. Maybe she just needed to be supported entirely differently. She's allowed to change her mind. Yeah, again, I'm telling y'all, like, and I have empathy because, again, I'm not just looking at the shade room and seeing two different races together. Like, I was actually invested. I watched the real. I got to know Jeannie. When 2020 came, I subscribed to all their YouTube channels. I subscribed to All Things Adrian, and I subscribed to Jeannie Mai's Hello Honey. Like, I subscribed to her channel and I watched her move from LA to Atlanta and build this life with Jeezy and how happy she was and all of, like, so it bothers me when I hear y'all on the internet trying to now take it back to 2013 or whenever she made that comment. And then, like, that bothers me. It does. It really bothers me. And it also bothers me because I know it's somebody on the flip side that would be like for somebody in my position, why do y'all take up for these people? You think they would do the same for y'all? I don't care if they do or don't. That ain't got shit to do with me. Because when you operate from a place of love, it's not you doing shit for get back or doing shit for attention or doing shit for some sort of grace or some sort of payback. You do shit and you vibrate high just because that's who you are. You're aligned to your highest frequency. You're aligned to the frequency of God. It's a difference. That's why I said a lot of people are not going to get content like this that I make unless you're evolved. But I mean, it ain't nothing else to really say about this. At this point, my rice probably in there burning. So let me know what y'all thought about this down in the comment box below as if I give a fuck. And definitely make sure that y'all stream my music as if you give a fuck. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Join the Patreon and subscribe. Subscribe to the Patreon and go to my website, thealignedSouls.com to book your personal reading. I'll see you in the next one. I'm trying to fuck now, some baby, let's dance. Fuck up my baby right here on my legs, I'm trying to take it to my place and get a little breakfast. And maybe